Good afternoon, sir. I am Michelle Basalo from BSTN 2B, and I am going to present our marketing plan. Product name is Habal-habal. Then I'm going to present our introduction of this. So, Habal-habal is used as a public means of transportation, commonly used in the rural areas, especially in Visayas and Mindanao as transportation. Habal-habal is a local dialect for motorcycle taxis or motorcycle for hire, which means sitting close to each other. Habal-habal passengers who usually range from 2 to 3 persons sit beside the driver, close to each other, that's the term. It is used especially in remote village with rough and narrow roads. Farmers also need the habal-habal to transport their goods to the market. So habal-habal is a better transport to use because it ferries even only one passenger without having them wait for more passengers, because it's difficult to find other habal-habal if your house is far from the downtown, and it is difficult to wait because not all habal-habal is have a main waiting area, so it's a difficult to wait. So you can wait of 30 minutes or 20. It depends. To sum up everything that has been stated so far, habal-habal is one of the important means of transportation in our country. Because of habal-habal, the travel of the people will be speeded up and the transaction of products will be facilitated. The habal-habal helps to facilitate our daily journey. The habal-habal is also good because everyone can save on the fare. The safety of everyone can also be ensured because drivers are careful when driving, especially on rocky and narrow roads, like in Bukid-Bukid. We strongly believe that habal-habal will make all travel and livelihood easier. Next is we have mission and vision. Our mission is our goal. Our mission is providing extra income to motorcycle drivers during their free time with safety and efficiency can be acquired in training. We have committed in dealing with our customer in delivering their products on time in a professional manner. In our vision, to be the industry that provide quality, efficient, and satisfying service to the customer. Next is product and services. In our product and services was created for Filipinos who dream of making their lives better and for those who want to have a chance to obtain additional income in their free time. Habal-habal is moved by those habal-habal riders who earn their living through unregistered motorized taxi. They are one of our inspiration that despite their hardships, they never give up in providing for their family. Even it is difficult to drive in a rocky road places in like a bukid. We wanted to help them provide a quality, affordable, and safe service that they can offer to their customer. The service area of Habal-habal are remotely located barangays, and the terminals are located at capital barangays of each municipality and along the national highway. Habal-habal becomes the main mode of transport for these barangays, since majority of these barangays has no other mode choice to public transport. So in our market analysis, we are in our data gathering, there are total of 31 terminals located, 105 routes identified, and 41 habal-habal organization or association were interviewed. Municipal traffic management units were interviewed for any existing local policies and organization of habal-habal were determined using interviewing site. So in our service type is a part of market analysis. Most of the habal-habal has an extension attached to the rear part or the motorcycle to carry more passengers, but there are also some that has no extensions. Habal-habal can either be shared for 3 to 6 passengers, or can be hired privately known as Pacquiao bases. So there are, if you going to budgetly your fare, you can Pacquiao so that you can back and forth. para hindi ka mahirapan maghanap ng ibang habal-habal kapag hindi ka nagpapakyaw. Kasi it's difficult to find habal-habal in your area o kung saan yung destination nyo. Mahirap talaga maghantay ng habal-habal. Lalo na pag malayo yung pinupuntahan mo. So kasagaran pakyaw ang sa habal-habal. So habal-habal terminals are either located within a public terminal or barangay's poblacion or just along the national highway. Others have no design terminals. So what I have said earlier, habal-habal are just have a specific parking area. Just kahit saan lang yung nagpa-park yung mga ibang habal-habal. At meron ding habal-habal na meron talaga silang ruta kung saan sila nagpa-park at saan sila pupunta. Then, ito, route and schedule. Sa route and schedule, ito yung sinabi ko na meron ding they have schedule of what time they going, what time they arrive and departure. That trips. That we call trips. Sometimes the habal-habal have schedule in at 6 o'clock in the morning and the ends around 5 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So at any time, whenever there is a passenger, either share or pakyaw trip, the habal-habal is on for a trip. Special trips can be arranged conveniently with the operators, and they can easily be contacted since they are just living within the neighborhood. Then sa service area, habal-habal are often within the barangay where the operation resides. Habal-habal offers the most convenient mode transport from the most remote barangays to the terminals along the national highway or terminals located at barangay poblacion. These remote barangays are often no other public transport mode choice. Barangays adjacent to the national highway have tricycle or jeepney as options for public transportation. So habal-habal, usually each organization is serviced 2 to 5 barangays. These barangays could either be within a certain municipality or within 2 adjacent municipalities. So some of barangays or municipality have a service area in habal-habal. And the other, no, there's no service area. Kahit saan lang sila basta makapasahero na. Then we have distribution. Habal-habal is an indigenous means of transportation usually used in far-flung barangays where jeepneys and tricycles cannot stand the rough step, terrain and narrow roads. So the habal-habal comes into 2 forms. One is motorcycle within an extended seat protruding over the back wheel from a wheel that can accommodate up to 500 passengers minus the drivers. So that's our contribution. So habal-habal is the most common informal public transportation in the province used to convey both passengers and goods from barangays. Most services like hospital and economic centers, like restaurant, recreation centers, market, department stores, and any other economic centers are located at capital barangay of each municipality. Residents from remote barangays travel to these places to purchase goods and sell their products at the same time, usually during market days. They also have no travel to the capital barangay to avail other services such as hospitalization and education, among others. Habal-habal is the most common mode of transportation used by these residents since many of the road going to remote barangays. So the service of habal-habal operators are often within the barangay where the operator resides. Habal-habal offers the most convenient mode of transport from the most remote barangays to the terminals along the national highway of terminals located at barangay. These remote barangays are often no other public transportation mode choice. Habal-habal organization has a designed design service area. Usually each organization is serviced at barangays. And so we have fares for Habal-habal differ with respect to distance and road conditions. The fare for share trips ranges from a minimum fare per passengers of 10 pesos to 100 pesos for the most remote destination. It depends on drivers, sa customer nila. While for Pacquiao trips, the fare is a description of the operator or as agreed by the organization, depending on the distance and road condition. Most often, the price is regulated by Habal-habal organization or association. Promotional strategy. So, it is heavily modified two-wheeled single motorbike that is usually ridden beyond its passenger capacity. And it's common mode of transportation in many parts of Mindanao, in other country, which is located in the southern Philippines. It is particularly useful in rural communities with rough and narrow roads. Farmers rely on Habal-habal to transport their goods to the market. More than 10 people may be accommodated in a Habal-habal with lodging wages to groceries. So our competition is in many rural areas around the country. These habal-habal are widely used as a main transport. The Philippines Competition Commission or PCC expresses its support for the passage of snake bills when amending the land transportation and traffic code to allow two-wheel MC vehicles as a mode of the public transport. Then we have knowledge, the legitimacy and objectives for the study, and the need to onboard as wide a set of perspective as possible. With this in mind, we encourage the TWG to consider the competitive effects of multi-homing in its study. So in this context, a multi-homing facility allows drivers to choose which platform to offer their services, the same way that passengers can choose among different apps. Multi-homing also incentives platforms to continuously innovate and compete to keep both drivers and passengers safe and satisfied. Preventing multi-homing among drivers may lead to inefficiencies that will ultimately be intermittent to the rider public. So in our pricing, fares for habal-habal differ with respect to distance and route condition. The fare for shared trips ranges from a minimum fare per passengers of 20 to 100 for remote destination. While for Pacquiao trips, the fare is in the description of the operator of or as agreed by the organization, depending on the distance and road condition. Most often, the price is regulated by habal-habal condition. Then this is our action plan. We have objectives, strategies, persons involved, target population, activities, time frame, and budget isolation. So in our action plan, so this is our action plan kung ano kung ano ang nasa namin, action plans like activities, kung ano ang mga target namin. So then what inside in our action plan. So in our action plan, we create on how we are going to find or to pagsunod sa rows ng habal-habal, and what is the goods for habal-habal drivers to become safe, and what the things that they are going to kung ano isusuot. That's all. Thank you.